There's a time when Jesus is in Jerusalem and he comes upon this pool. And people who were sick or injured would go to this pool believing that the waters had healing powers, that the waters would start to bubble up, and that was the time to go in. And lying next to this pool is a man who has been sick for 38 years. Jesus sees him and knows that he's been here for a very long time and asks him a very simple question. Do you want to be made well? Well, honestly, what kind of a question is that? It should be an obvious answer. Yes, let's get on with it. It's what I want more than anything. But the man can't give a direct answer. The man responds with his resentments. There's nobody here to put me in the water when it starts to stir up. And other people keep stepping over me and cutting me off so that I can't get in. Jesus wants to put attention on what this man wants, and what this man needs. What is the great desire, and what is the great need of your heart and of your body right now? But the man's attention is on other people and what they're doing wrong. And that's just something that he doesn't have any control over, that none of us have control over. And I've been thinking about that this man gets presented with such a simple question and yet can't answer because of his focus just being on those resentments. Now, it's true. Other people do harm to us through neglect or through malicious action. Now, we can end up in conditions that are not our fault, either through chance, by nature, or by the actions of others. This story doesn't place any blame on the man for being sick. It's just a terrible thing that's happened to him. This isn't a story about blame or guilt. But what this episode highlights is that when we face that moment, when we are asked what we do have control over, and what is it that you do want, we can often choose to keep our attention on other places, on our resentments from the things that put us in that situation in the first place, or that maybe make it difficult to emerge from it. When faced with what do you want, what brings you joy, what brings you peace, we cling to a past that we cannot change. We don't have any power over it. We give attention to the actions and attitudes of others that, again, we have no power over. We can't control what they're like. And again, there are plenty of real and legitimate struggles and hindrances. This man's condition is real. His pain and his condition, they are real. This isn't just in his head. There are real harms and injuries done by others. This man has not been treated well by his neighbors, along with his illness. None of that is in dispute. And furthermore, the path to joy can be hard when we're being asked to make new choices and create new patterns. But when faced with the question, do you want to be made well? Can we accept the agency that Jesus extends to us? The agency that we have over our own hearts and over our own actions. Can we keep our focus on the one thing in question that we do have control over and how we can pursue it? In that question that Jesus asks, what does the man have control over? You. What is it that you want? That is a question that we can answer. May our desire to be well, to discover the grace, the peace, the healing, and the joy of Jesus Christ, which is ours for the taking. It may be a journey, but it is there, and it is offered by God's grace. May our desire for these things, for these gifts of God, for this life and life abundantly, outweigh the resentments and accusations of a past that we cannot change and of others that we cannot control. Do you want to be made well? Amen.